The Trishuli River Valley, winding along the border between Nepal and China, serves as a crucial artery for the region. It supports local livelihoods, houses major hydropower operations, and functions as a bustling corridor for international trade. Every summer, the route fills with travelers. Thousands of tourists and pilgrims navigate these roads, making their way toward holy sites like Mount Kailash on the Tibetan side of the border. The communities here are well acquainted with extreme weather. Annual monsoon rains bring predictable flooding, and locals prepare accordingly, trusting their infrastructure to withstand the seasonal deluge. Despite these preparations, a catastrophic geological threat was brewing high above the clouds, invisible to the valley below. At 8:37 a.m. Nepal Standard Time, seismometers operated by the United States Geological Survey picked up a magnitude 5.2 event centered north of Langtang Liring. This chart shows the anomaly recorded that morning. The instruments captured a smooth, long-period rumbling wave, which differs significantly from the sharp, jagged spike of a tectonic earthquake. Exactly 7 minutes after that reading, the consequences reached the valley floor. A massive wall of mud and water slammed into the Kirong Port border crossing, completely overwhelming the concrete checkpoint. The speed and volume of the impact instantly identified this event as a rapid-onset geological cataclysm. The initial surge of water roared through the settlements, reaching a height of 270 feet above the normal river level. The surge wiped out 42 kilometers of roadway and tore away over 40 bridges, leaving behind nothing but a wide, silty torrent. The impact also stripped 431 megawatts of capacity directly off the national grid, knocking 6 major hydropower facilities entirely offline. With the roads destroyed and the power lines severed, multiple districts were isolated. Residents were trapped among the rising waters with no way to communicate. The destruction severed a primary national lifeline, wiping out billions of rupees in physical infrastructure in a matter of minutes. Geologists immediately began investigating the root cause of the flood. They needed to explain how that much water could be displaced so violently without a tectonic trigger or a preceding monsoon deluge. Satellite imagery provided the answer. A 2,000-foot wide glacier section had detached from the mountain, a failure linked to tectonic uplift and rising Himalayan temperatures. This triggered an ice avalanche, sending a solid glacial block into a 4,000-foot vertical freefall. The immense kinetic energy melted the ice instantaneously upon impact. This created a liquid debris wave accelerating at 50 meters per second, ravaging settlements 80 kilometers downstream. The combination of tectonic uplift and climate warming had destabilized the peak, turning a frozen mountaintop into a liquid weapon of mass destruction. The human cost of the collapse was steep. Authorities confirmed at least 389 dead in Nepal, with another 1,468 people missing across the border region. The victims represented dozens of nationalities. Hundreds of foreign tourists, religious pilgrims, and local infrastructure workers were caught in the path of the debris. In response, the Nepali government mobilized over 9,000 security personnel, with army helicopters transporting teams directly into the thick, treacherous mud to search for survivors. Those rescued from the sledge were airlifted and transported to hospitals in Kathmandu, quickly overwhelming the local wards. The global community reacted quickly. The United Nations released emergency funds, while neighboring countries deployed humanitarian aid and specialized search teams to the border. In minutes, a thriving international transit hub became a multinational mass casualty zone, demanding a highly coordinated global response. Yet, even as rescue operations proceed through the debris, a secondary threat is compounding the danger upstream. Chinese authorities identified a 2 million cubic meter barrier lake formed by the landslide. This massive accumulation of debris is blocking the river flow, threatening another catastrophic breach. This single glacier collapse exposes a much wider vulnerability across the Himalayas. As rising temperatures destabilize the ice and geological forces continue to shift, high-altitude regions are facing severe structural stress. Protecting these valleys require early warning systems designed to monitor high-altitude glacial stability, complementing existing tools that monitor rainfall and seismic fault lines. As long as the ice above remains unstable, the communities and infrastructure below will live in the shadow of sudden, unpredictable cataclysm.